Welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee, the home of the Volunteer State Pioneers, who are playing Game 2 of their Fall World Series today. Team Kale versus Team Rypel. Team Kale will be in the red today. Team Rypel in the sky blue. Rypel's team will be the home team for Game 1 of today's doubleheader. As I've been told, it's 2 5-inning games, as tomorrow's Game 4 and 5 are probably going to be played both tomorrow, originally scheduled for a game on Friday, game on Saturday, game on Sunday, but Tuesday's rain caused Game 1 to take 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, so Games 2 and 3 will be played today. Thank you for joining me. This is Tim Reese, along for the broadcast. A couple more days of the fall, and then looks like I'll be moving on to do a little bit of basketball starting a week from tomorrow. Well, here are the starting lineups. First for Team Kale in the red, Matt Hall will lead off and play second base. Ethan Huddleston will play shortstop, batting second. Landon Godsey at first base, batting third. Cleanup hitter and designated hitter Carter Vrabel. Braden Vineyard behind the plate. He will bat fifth. Keegan Evick out in left field will bat sixth. Noah Ward at third base, batting seventh. The 8-hole hitter is Ethan here, and he will play in right field. Devin Thrain in center field for Coach Kale's squad. He will bat ninth. Big Jay Sharla, an extra hitter, batting 10th. And Noah Eatman will be on the mound for the red team. Coach Kale, it will be his second game to be televised or live streamed. He pitched about a week and a little over a week ago against Columbia State. Got 1 inning in, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, no runs, 2 strikeouts. So Noah Eatman on for his second appearance. I don't think he got in an inter-squad game that I did not attend, but he might have. 6'1", 210-pound right-hander, true freshman from Parrish, Florida. General studies major, the son of Dave and Monique Eatman. I hope they are tuning in from down in Florida. The grandson of Papa in Inglewood and Gigi in Parrish, Florida as well. And now the starting lineup for Coach Rypel, who's 0-1. They lost Game 1 of the World Series wearing the light blue. Jake Burris leading off, playing center field. Brody Melton batting second, playing third base. Jace Mizell in right field will hit in the 3 spot. Cleanup hitter Caleb Hawkins will come from behind the plate, play first base here in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Hunter Searcy will be an extra hitter, batting fifth. Zach Zimmerly at second base, batting sixth. And in 7-hole, Landon Luderman will be behind the plate. Frederick Harris, a designated hitter. He will be batting 8th. And Cam Hodges, 9-hole hitter, playing left field. Tyler Holsworth will bat 10th and play shortstop. Danton Reinhardt on the mound for the Rowdy Rypels. Reinhardt has 6 games under his belt against opposition. 10 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 runs, 2 were earned. Has walked 4 batters, struck out 9. Has not hit a batter and given up 1 home run so far this fall. Danton Reinhardt is 6'3", 190-pound left-hander, redshirt sophomore from Collinwood High School down in Collinwood, Tennessee, Wayne County. Transfer from Walters State after 3 semesters there. Transferred in January of 2022, a sports management major, the son of Brett and Jana Reinhardt, and the brother to Trace, and the grandson of some Collinwood or Iron City folks, Pawpaw and Granny, down there in Wayne County. Reinhardt in the spring appeared in 10 games for the Pioneers, started 2, had a 2-1 record, 17 innings pitched, struck out 11 batters. So Danton Reinhardt will be on the mound for the home team today in Game 1. Coach John Rypel, who's in his first season as a volunteer assistant with head coach Jim McGuire, who's in his second year as the head coach. Braden Kale, also in his first year, along with John Rypel. He's the pitching coach, came down from Austin Peay State University. So Coach McGuire came just a little over 15 months ago to Volunteer State, as you see the Rowdy Rypels take the field. I haven't come up with a nickname for Coach Kale squad, but it'll come to me at some point. But Coach McGuire came about 15 months ago and brought Ross Spurgeon, who was here for 1 year and was hired away by Bellarmine University up in Louisville. So Coach McGuire had to find a new pitching coach, and along the way, God led John Rypel to him as a volunteer assistant coach as he moved here with his family. It's Dan Reinhardt, bare hands, one back from the catcher here. We're warming up. So it's good to have Coach Rypel, who coaches the outfielders and does some hitting as well. It's been a fantastic addition to Coach McGuire's squad, so he's doubled his input from assistant coaches. Coach Rypel has 16 years of coaching experience under his belt, most recently head coach at Kansas Wesleyan out in Nebraska. Actually, it's not Kansas, it's Nebraska Wesleyan. I don't know why I keep saying Kansas because Sam Cooper, I believe it's Sam Cooper who transferred after last year, is out at Kansas Wesleyan. So I apologize to Coach Rypel for misidentifying his most recent employer. We are ready to get set here just a few minutes early as Matt Hall digs in. We will get camera number 2 or camera number 3 as it's showing on my computer up and running. We are ready to go at 12:58 Central Time. Game time temperature 70 degrees. Thank you for joining me. And there's the first pitch hit by Hall to shortstop Tyler Holsworth, who picks and throws for out number 1. So just got information from Alex Qualls, my only press box gang member today, that we are indeed playing 2 5s. With 1 out, Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. Beautiful day for baseball here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Tanner Bumbelow, our balls and strikes caller, out behind Danton Reinhardt. Not his first time doing this. I think he was our umpire last game. Called strike 1. See the screen that's between the camera and Huddleston as he lines the ball into left field for a base hit. Cam Hodges over to cut it off. Gets it back into the infield. Ethan Huddleston having a fantastic spring. With a 1-out base hit to left field. That screen that I was talking about is actually guarding Coach McGuire, who's sitting in the field of play right next to the backstop. So Landon Godsey with 1 out and 1 on steps to the plate. Reinhardt looks at Huddleston. First pitch outside. Having kept up with stolen bases this fall. So I can't tell you how many times Huddleston has gone, but he is a threat to steal. Swung on and popped up. Might be playable down the right field line. Second baseman Zach Zimmerly over to make the grab outside of your view for out number 2. Landon Godsey retired for out number 2. Pop up in foul territory. So Carter Vrabel will step to the plate with a man at first base. And 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Scheduled for 5 innings. And a throw over, and they've got Huddleston picked off. Throw to Caleb Hawkins, who then throws to Tyler Holsworth. Will retire Huddleston. So Reinhardt picks off Huddleston. And Coach Kale's squad goes down 1-2-3. No score. We're heading to the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Riggs back at Vol State, where the Fall World Series inter-squad matchup between Team Kale and Team Rypel. We are in Game 2. Team Kale won Game 1, which took 2 days, 11-5. All of those runs were scored on Tuesday as we came back to finish that suspended game. They were at the top of the 4th inning. There were no runs scored from there until the 7th inning. Noah Eatman on the mound for the red team, Team Kale, and he will face Jake Burris, Brody Milton, and Jace Mizell, scheduled to appear for the Rypel Rowdies. First pitch outside, says Tanner Bumbelow, and he's going to hear it already. On a close pitch. Jake Burris in Game 1. Over the 2-day period, went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Pitch misses inside, ball 2. Jake Burris from Grove City, Ohio, a suburb of Columbus. He is in his 3rd year with the Pioneers. Starts to swing, holds up, but pitch called strike. Burris has played in 76 games already for the Pioneers. We'll hopefully get in 40-plus more as that ball's lined out to right field. Back goes Ethan here, and that ball is out of here for a leadoff home run for Jake Burris and the Rowdy Rypels. It's exactly how they wanted to get this game started. Alex Qualls, also up here in the press box, wearing the light blue jersey, is giving a fist bump to his teammates. Noah Eatman with a 2-1 pitch. It got up into the wheelhouse of Jake Burris. He drives one out of here to right field. That brings Brody Melton to the plate. Breaking pitch. One hopped over to Noah Ward at third base. He's strong throw to Landon Godsey. Retires Melton for out number 1. Chase Mizell stepping to the plate. Don't think there's a lot of wind out here today. Mizell looks at the first pitch, low and away. Hopefully the Burris clan are watching today. See Jake start his team off with a big fly. His father, Scott Burris, mom, Sherry Burris, Dave Holbrook, also always listening in. Breaking pitch, called, strike. A little delay call there. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jace Mizell from Metropolis, Illinois. He always has a big fan club as well that watches. It's a breaking pitch in the dirt. Count goes 3-1. Jace, the son of Sean and Jamie Mizell, brother to Aiden, grandson to Grandpa and Grandma in Metropolis, along with Allie and Mimi in Metropolis. Swing and a miss. Mizell looking to go downtown with that pitch as well. Jace was also 1 for 4 in the totality of game 1. Full count. Called, strike 3, and down goes Mizell. He did not agree with that call, but he will go down looking for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. First strikeout by Eatman. Definitely too close to be taken for 2 strikes there. Caleb Hawkins steps to the plate. Redshirt sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School. Breaking pitch. He lined down the left field line, and it's a fair ball. Keegan Evick to the fence to retrieve that one, but not before Caleb Hawkins gets a 2-bagger with 2 outs. As Rypel's squad looking to drive in a second run here in the inning. That ball just hit in fair territory for the second hit of the inning for the Rypels. Hunter Searcy steps to the plate with a runner in scoring position. High strike call right there to Searcy. Pretty much the same spot that Jace Mizell went down looking. Hunter Searcy from Louisville, Kentucky, the son of Larry and Dodie Searcy. Hello to Papa and Situ in Louisville, and Nana from Linden, just outside of Louisville. Swing and a miss. Searcy now down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Hunter also in his second year here at Vol State. Got in 12 games in the spring, had 23 at-bats, 9 hits for a .391 batting average. Oh, 2 pitch from Eatman. Outside. Good pitch there. Give the batter something to think about there. Searcy so far in the fall has played 8 games against opposition. 5 hits and 18 at-bats or official at-bats. Getting on base at a .480 clip in the fall in those 8 games. Big lead by Hawkins and a swing and a miss. And down goes Searcy, and that will end the inning. But Coach Rypel's squad cracks the scoreboard with 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're only playing 5 here in game 1. And Rypel's lead 1-0. You're listening to the Wall State Sports Network. Carter Vrabel will lead off the top of the second inning for Coach Kale's squad. He was at the plate when Ethan Huddleston was picked off at first base by Danton Reinhardt. Carter Vrabel, Braden Vineyard, and Keegan Evick due up. Vrabel, 6'3", 210-pound redshirt sophomore. Went to Father Ryan High School. Swings, and did he foul the ball off the glove, or did he hit Luderman's glove? Fouled off, okay. Popped up in the air, kind of funny. Really? No balls, one strike to the designated hitter. He swings and foul tips that ball into Landon Luderman's glove. Now down in the count, no balls, two strikes. Jake Burris with a big fly to lead off. Carter Vrabel pops one up into center field. Jake Burris will make the grab for out number one. With one out, Braden Vineyard will step to the batter's box. Vineyard in game one, 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch and walked, scored 2 runs. Each time he got the freebies. So his squad won 11-5. Nice pitch right on the inside corner. Locked Vineyard up there. Started to go and then held back. Braden from Paducah, Kentucky. The son of Christian and Monica Vineyard. Pitch must have been just down low. Vineyard has 2 brothers, Mason and Grant. A pawpaw in Huntsville and a granny in Paducah, and he starts to go there. They're going to check. And he says, no, he did not go. So I don't know that I disagree with that. We don't have anybody else umpiring here. Braden Kale's coaching his squad from third base. Jacob Messer, wearing a red jersey today, is coaching down at first base. Swing and a miss on a tailing fastball. Another nice pitch by Danton Reinhardt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braden Vineyard, 1 out in the top of the second inning. Vineyard, the 5-hole hitter in a 10-batter lineup. Fastball misses outside. Brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. There's a full count, first pitch, foul ball. First one we've had of the day. Vineyard played in 9 games so far this fall, not including other inter-squad games. 9 for 23, 5 doubles, triple and a home run. I think 391 on base at a 500 clip, and that's gone up with now 3 at-bats, or 4 at-bats, of which 3 times he's reached, either by hit by pitch or a walk. So the first walk of the ball game by Danton Reinhardt brings Keegan Evick to the plate. Evick playing left field today. Pitch on the outside corner called strike. Evick in a game last Saturday against the Royal Scout team. Hit a 3-run home run for the Pioneers. Fastball high. The pitch says that one was up. It must have been a borderline right there. He had to take a second to make that call. 2 balls and a strike to the young man from Rossview High School, sophomore. Swinging a line shot to right field. That's in for a base hit. Jace Mizell up throwing. That's a good throw and cut off and overthrown the third baseman, but nobody advances. Vineyard very aggressive on the base paths. That might have been a good enough throw to just let it go through unless it was offline. But a base hit to right field by Evick. Vineyard takes third. Second hit of the ball game for Coach Kale's squad. Puts runners now at first and third with 1 out, and Noah Ward stepping to the plate. Ward from Knoxville, Tennessee, 6 for 17 in the 7 games that he's played this fall. Pitch a little bit up. Says Tanner Bumbelow out there behind pitcher's mound. On deck, Ethan Hears. That fastball misses high and outside. Good line drive by Evick. Pitch outside. That's the probably the call right there if you had regular umpires standing behind home plate. I've seen that pitch called a strike probably 2 out of 3 times, maybe even a little bit more than that. So it's tough to make balls and strike calls from the position where the umpire is. There's a pitch right down the can. Qualsey, you could have called that one from right here, couldn't you? Noah Ward. Yeah, you're right behind home plate. Noah Ward was 1 for 2 in game 1. Had a single and 2 RBIs. Looking to do damage here, and a fastball on the inside corner. Called strike 2. Noah Ward dropped his bat down and said, I know he's calling that one, but it's not a strike. But it's been called. We have a full count Ministries, full count. 1 out. Rypel flew out to center field. Braden Vineyard walked, and Keegan Evick with a line drive single to right field. Full count, swing and a miss. Down goes Ward for the second out. Reinhardt looking for the strikeout there, his first of the game. 2 outs. And the Cincinnati kid, Ethan Here, stepping to the plate. Ethan was 1 for 1 in game one, had a single and an RBI, and starts to go there and could not pull the trigger on that fastball, and he's down in the count, no balls, 1 strike. Ethan on base average this fall. A throw over to first base. Back is Keegan Evick, two-way player, right-handed pitcher, and an outfielder. Ethan here in 8 games has walked 8 times prior to the other day, and he also walked in that game. So 9 games, 9 walks. He swings and misses at that pitch that probably a changeup. Looks like it just died at the plate. Reinhardt 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Let's see if Evick takes off on this pitch. He does. The pitch is outside. At first slide, but no throw made. It goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. You got 2-2. I got 1-2. Okay. Swing and a miss. Now it's doesn't matter. Down goes here, and Reinhardt strikes out 2 batters with 2 runners on base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Coach Rypel's squad coming back to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd inning, leading 1-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Noah Eatman back out for inning number 2. He and Dan Reinhardt might be going 3 innings at least apiece, as there's no action in either bullpen. So total of 10 innings or more, I guess, if there's extra innings to be played today. But since they'll be playing another doubleheader tomorrow, I just wanted to conserve some pitching. Originally scheduled for a 5 and a 7 inning ball game today, but it's now been adjusted to 2 5-inning ball games. Leading off the bottom of the 2nd for Coach Rypel's Blue Squad, Zach Zimmerly, Landon Luderman, and Thedrick Harris are scheduled to face Noah Eatman. First pitch, swinging by Zach Zimmerly, hit deep to left field. Back goes Evick, and that ball is gone. Zach Zimmerly with a big fly. Zimmerly's first home run of the fall that made it to the live stream. Young man freshman from Hendersonville High School, right down the road here in Sumner County. So 2 solo shots leading off the inning for Coach Rypel's squad, as the blue team in the lead, 2-0. Landon Luderman steps into the box. They're ready to go. First pitch, ball. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Third hit of the ball game for Coach Rypel's squad. All 3 are extra base knocks. Tanner Bumbelow out there, also a two-way player, is on the injured list at this point in the fall, unable to pitch or hit. There's a swing on a 3-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. Landon Luderman, also from Knoxville. Knox Catholic High School, general studies major. Son of Daniel and Shannon Luderman. He swings, lines one down the left field line. That will get out of play. A full count Ministries, full count to the 7-hole hitter, Landon Luderman. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Luderman is on with a walk. First walk by Noah Eatman. He will now face Thedrick Harris. Thedrick from Nashville, Tennessee. Attended Overton High School. 6'2", 215-pound true freshman. Exercise science major. Son of Thedrick Harris Sr. and Clarissa Harris. Fastball outside. Try to adjust this camera just a little bit, get us a little more view, a little higher up. There we go. Let's see a little bit of Devin Thrain's legs out there in center field. Harris, one of the DHs here, one of the two DHs for Coach Rypel's squad. Swing and a miss, and a ball that Vineyard able to keep in front of him as that ball died at the plate. Nice play by Braden Vineyard. Harris now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. When he's playing in the field, he plays first base. Harris appeared in 6 games this fall. Throw over to first base, not in time, and not worth switching the camera, folks. On deck, Cam Hodges. Swing and a miss. On a fastball in the inside corner, and down goes Harris. First out of the inning. Recorded by Coach Kale's squad. Third strikeout by Eatman. Cam Hodges steps to the plate. The freshman outfielder, 6 foot, 180 pounds, from Sevier County. Teammate of Corbin Overbay's last year in high school. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. Vineyard keeps another one in front of him. Coach loves to see that. Balls in the dirt are blocked, kept in front, and runners do not advance. Cam is the son of Michael Hodges from Sevierville and Jessica Roberts in Kodak, Tennessee. Grandson of Granddad and Nana in Gatlinburg and Pop and Brandy in Granger County. He taps one to third. Noah Ward over to second and on to first. Not in time to get the double play, but they do get the lead out. Nice play by Noah Ward down there at third base to get the force out. 4 out number 2. So Hodges on a fielder's choice. 2 outs. Brings to the plate in the 10-hole hitter, Tyler Holsworth, who has been eating his Wheaties here lately, folks, in the last 2 ball games. He's hit a solo home run and a 3-run shot. So 2 home runs in his last 2 ball games. Lobbying to get up into that cleanup spot. Breaking pitch misses out. Holsworth, true freshman, also shortstop from Norcross, Georgia. attended Greater Atlanta Christian School, son of Jeff Holsworth in Norcross and Rachel Holsworth in Peachtree Corners, Georgia. Fly ball over to right field. Ethan here moves over toward the line, gets into foul territory, and will make the play outside of your view once again. Hopefully we'll get that fixed with a GoPro that'll give us a wider view. I guess I switched to the wrong camera. It wouldn't have mattered. You wouldn't have seen it anyway, folks. That's the camera angle, and he caught it just outside of your view. So 1 run, another solo home run. This one by Zach Zimmerly to lead off the inning. After Noah Eatman gives up the solo home run, he buckles down, I guess, but not giving up any more runs. But Coach Rypel's squad, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base after 2 to nothing. Coach Rypel's squad. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Devin Thrain steps to the plate for Coach Kale's squad, wearing the red jersey today. Two-way player playing center field. Thrain, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman. Looks at the first pitch that is up. Thrain from Thompson Station, went to Summit High School. There's a pitcher right down the can, called strike. Danton Reinhardt back out on the mound for inning number 3. There's now some activity in each of the bullpens. I would assume 3 innings is all you're going. Down low, says home plate umpire Tanner Bumbelow. Devin Thrain, the son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain. Swing and a miss as he goes down almost to a knee to try to get to that pitch that fell off the table. Thrain bats right, throws left, left-handed pitcher. Fastball high and away. Count goes full count ministries, full count. Go to fullcountministries.com, see all that's happening in that baseball ministry as the pitch goes down low. A leadoff walk. Walk number 2 for Reinhardt. Brings to the plate Big J. Charla. .59", 160 pounds, plays like he's 6'3". Big J. Charla. A lot of power in that smaller body. Throw over to first base. Thrain back standing. Charla, an engineering major from Riverdale High School, hometown Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Son of Jake and DeLynn Charla. And a pitch thrown behind him. Nearly hit his bat that was hanging out on the back side of his body. Jay is the grandson of Mamaw and Granny and Marshall, all in Murfreesboro. And the brother to Rainey. Charlotte now a chance to drive in a run. He sees a pitch on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Called strike. Charlotte's played in 10 games prior to the Game 1 of the World Series. 7 hits in 20 at-bats. Double, triple, and a home run. On base at a .519 clip. There's a ground ball foul down the first base line. Just past Caleb Hawkins. Just getting a look down there at first base. As long as he stays healthy, he'll be the starting catcher. He was a starting catcher last year. Did a very good job. Hit well and strong arm. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jay Charla. Swung on and fouled straight back. Charla stays alive on deck. Leadoff batter Matt Hall, who will retrieve that foul ball. Thrain on down at second base after a walk and a wild pitch. Coach Kale's squad looking for their first run of the ballgame. Tapper down to first base, and Caleb Hawkins will get it before it bounces for a second time, and it will be just in fair territory. On the play, Thrain moves over to third base, so a productive out by Jay Charla as he moved the runner over. Not a bad play. Out number 1 brings to the plate Matt Hall, who grounded out to short. His first plate appearance was 1 for 2 in Game 1 of the World Series. An infield single. Another one of the pioneers who's having an excellent fall. Matt Hall came in hitting .417 to the World Series, 10 hits in 11 games. First pitch into Matt Hall is high and away. Matt, the son of Mark and Tracy Hall. Pitch in the dirt. Smothered by Landon Luderman. The 2-0. Outside, ball 3. On deck, Ethan Huddleston, who singled in the first inning. Sharp line drive into left field, but then was promptly picked off. See if he has the green light here. If he did, he didn't take advantage of it, as that pitch is right down the can for called strike 1. Devin Thrain on at third base, looking to crack the run column for Coach Kale's squad. The 3-1 pitch on the outside of the strike zone for ball 4. Some kind of a bug that flew into my face. Glad it didn't go into my mouth. A ladybug, one of those dive-bombing ladybugs. There was nothing ladylike about that bug, Qualsey. Coach Rypel goes out to chat with his infield. Probably a little bit of first and third situation that he's discussing with his squad. Who do we have warming down in your bullpen there, Qualsey? That is Colin Athey. It looks like Will Trapp sitting down there in prayer position in the Team Kale bullpen. Get a wide view here while we have a meeting. The umpire should be out breaking this one up right now. It's taking way too long, Coach Rypel. So 2 walks in the inning by Danton Reinhardt. Puts runners at first and third, and Ethan Huddleston to the plate. 2-hole hitter for the red team today. throws me off when they changed uniforms in game one. It really just completely threw me off. And we are ready to play ball here. Ethan Huddleston starting shortstop, last year starting second baseman. As he starts to go, pitch was outside, and home plate umpire says he did not go. Again, that's that pitch that a paid umpire behind the plate is probably going to call a strike. Huddleston from Gallatin, Tennessee, right down the road, Gallatin High School. There's a drive into left center field. Huddleston delivers again. It'll get down in front of the left fielder. We still don't have a run now. Devin Thrain has crossed home plate as he was going back to third base, just like he should, to make sure that ball was down. Because if it was going to be caught, he was going to tag up. So an RBI single for Ethan Huddleston, who's 2 for 2 on the day. Devin Thrain comes around to score the first run for Coach Kale's squad. Landon Godsey stepping to the plate with the exact same situation that Ethan Huddleston had, first and third and 1 out. He looks at a pitch right down the middle for strike one. Godsey popped up to Zach Zimmerly, second baseman, in foul territory behind first base. And he looks at another called strike. Good call there by Tanner Bumbelow. A redshirt freshman. He transferred from Cleveland State, from Overton High School here. Runner goes. Ball is fouled at the plate. And a awkward slide by Ethan Huddleston, but this time he's not out. He'll have to retreat back to second base. He hit, and all of a sudden those legs started going over behind him, and I'm sure it's pretty hard out there. It's been very, very dry here in Gallatin, just like it's been pretty much all over Tennessee and maybe many, many parts of the country. No balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and driven out to right field. That should drive in a run. Jace Mizell makes the grab, and the throw home. Good throw is cut off by Caleb Hawkins. But a sacrifice fly ties this game at 2. Good situational hitting there by Landon Godsey. Strong throw by Jace Mizell. Probably would have liked to have seen that go on through and see if a play could have been made. Huddleston wasn't moving off of first base, but he's going. No, he's not. Throw down to first base. It's not in time as the pitch called a ball. Huddleston might be a little gun shy right now of taking off. Carter Vrabel to the plate. He flew out to lead off the second inning. Called strike. Bumbelow had to think about that one a little bit. It was a borderline pitch. Dan Reinhardt got the benefit of that one. Carter takes a home run hack there. Comes up empty. Strong young man. I'm looking forward to when he gets dialed in, starts hitting the ball on the button. Carter, the son of Mike and Jennifer Vrabel, the brother to Tyler. Papa and Grammy in Akron, Ohio, and Papa and Graham as he goes down swinging in Dubuque, Iowa. That will end the inning for Coach Kale's squad. The third strikeout by Reinhardt. But the Red squad tie the game up with 2 in the top of the third on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base. At the end of 2.5, we're all tied up. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Semi-concrete call to the bullpen for the Red squad. Coach Kale's squad, new pitcher in for them, Will Trapp, 6'1", 155-pound redshirt sophomore from Smyrna, Tennessee, Stewart's Creek High School, criminal justice major, the son of Charles Trapp in the Keys, Florida, and Jamie Reimer in Smyrna, Tennessee. The brother to Noah and Ben. And he is in his 3rd year at Vol State. Had 10 appearances 2 years ago in 2021. Had 2 appearances last year in the spring. He started off the year with an injury. He will face Jake Burris. First pitch that he sees in there for a strike on the inside corner. He led off the bottom of the first with home run to right field over the head of Ethan here out there and over the fence. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Nice pitch by Will Trapp. Oh, Michael Franklin, part of the Stewart's Creek gang. At first base is Coach Rypel, coaching down at third base for the Rowdy Rypels. Fastball high and tight. It was Jake Burris's 2nd home run of the fall on the live streams. His 11th RBI. It's tied with runs scored at 13 as he taps one down the third base line. Noah Ward's going to have to hurry. He makes the grab, but not in time. As Tanner Bumbelow will, apparently it was in time. Tanner Bumbelow checks with head coach Jim McGuire, and he nods in agreement on the call of out. Nice pickup by Landon Godsey. I didn't think they had a chance at getting the fleet-footed center fielder Jake Burris, but nice play by Ward to charge that one and throw on the run. Brody Melton to the plate, and he will take a swing at a changeup and come up empty. Melton grounded out to Noah Ward at third base for the first out of the game. Check swing, foul ball just over the fence, much to the chagrin of whatever player has to go and find that foul ball. Brody Melton from Tullahoma, Tennessee. True freshman, third baseman, first baseman, playing third base today. 0-2 misses outside. 6'4", 205-pound economics major here at Vol State, son of Sam Melton in Tullahoma and Amy Morris, also in Tullahoma. Brother to Lily and Blake. Breaking pitch smacked out to left field, and that will get over the head of Keegan Evick and one-hop the fence. Brody Melton got a hold of that one. Thought at first might have a chance to ride it out, but it did not go. That is Melton's second double. He has more home runs this fall against live stream competition than he does home runs. That's his second double, has a triple and 3 home runs. 13th hit as Coach Kale goes out. Have a chat with Will Trapp. Looks like maybe they're looking at his left hand. I'm not sure if he's got a blister or what he's got, but Coach Kale's coming into the dugout like maybe he's got a remedy for whatever the problem is. It's on his pitching hand though, right? Coach McGuire will come out, take a look. Brody Melton put the stick to that breaking pitch right there. Keegan Evick was playing deep, but not over far enough as that ball got over his head. Sometimes you put some kind of a glue or some liquid Band-Aid or something on there. What do you do? Gorilla glue? I don't know about that. Yeah, it'll seal it up. You'll be stuck to the ball. Put Gorilla Glue on there. That's supposed to cause everything to stick. So 4 hits for the Rypel squad, all extra bases, 2 home runs, 2 doubles. They are threatening to take the lead back. Jace Mizell struck out looking in the first. Steps in against Will Trapp. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mizell is an absolute doubles machine himself. Breaking pitch swung on and driven out to left field. Looks like Evick might have a shot at this, and he will. Get over to the line and make the catch. Mizell got under that one just a bit too much for the second out. Jace Mizell, of the 10 hits against opposition, 6 were doubles and 1 home run. So 7 of his 10 hits, extra bases. Caleb Hawkins stepping to the plate. He doubled in the first inning, but was stranded at second base. So 2 outs and a runner at second. Change up outside. Ball 1. Did you get hurt up here, Qualsey, or what? you working on an injury? Ladybug get you? Breaking pitch called strike as that one swept across the entire plate. Might have ended up just a hair inside, but it licked the whole plate as it went around. Big breaker for Will Trapp, part of the Stewart's Creek gang, and there's a half swing and a miss as he's throwing to another part of the Stewart's Creek gang, Caleb Hawkins, his teammate in high school. Will Trapp, Caleb Hawkins, Connor Moss, and I always try to remember all 4 of those. That ball's hit into right field between first and second. Might be a play at the plate. Throw comes in, and Brody Melton will get back into third base. Tanner Bumblow says he's safe at third on the throw from Braden Vineyard down to Noah Ward. Ethan here came in and made a good throw to the plate. Brody Melton was then held up by John Rypel. Was able to scamper back to third base without getting thrown out. So puts runners at first and third with 2 outs. Hunter Searcy back to the plate with runners in scoring position. The 5th hit of the ball game by the Rypels. The first single of the game for the Blue Squad. Big, huge lead by Hawkins. He takes off. Searcy does the right thing to let that one go. He called that a strike since it was right down the can. No balls, 1 strike, 2. So Searcy took one for the team there. Now has runners at second and third and a called strike on a big sweeping breaking pitch. Trapp trying to retire Searcy and get out of this jam. His first inning of work here for Coach Kale's Red Squad today. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Trapp as that ball's tailing away from Hunter Searcy. He goes down. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We're still tied. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the blue team. Coach Rypel's squad sending Colin Athey out to face the red team. Colin Athey, 6'1", 200-pound true freshman from Centerville, Maryland. Went to Queen Anne's County High School, a business major here at Volunteer State. This is of Joe and Maureen Athey. I hope they're watching and listening in. And he is the brother to Egan, LMA, Colleen, and Charlotte. Grandson of Grandma Mary. I need to find out where Grandma Mary lives. I'm guessing she's in Maryland. She's a Marylander. Just a guess. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Braden Vineyard, Keegan Evick, and Noah Ward scheduled to appear for Coach Kale's squad. First pitch to Vineyard misses low and inside. Skips on back to the backstop where it's retrieved by Keegan Evick. Two to two. Fastball called strike. Vineyard walked in the second, was stranded at third base when Danton Reinhardt struck out the final 2 batters in the second inning. Breaking pitch misses low and away. Dan Reinhardt went 3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. Walked 3, struck out 3. Did not hit a batter. Colin Athey in for his second appearance on a called strike there. And count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Athey pitched against the Columbia State Chargers a week ago Tuesday. Pitch in the dirt brings us to full count Ministries, full count. Second time Braden Vineyard has been at the full count. Colin Athey's been nursing an injury earlier this fall, just getting back on the mound. There's a swing and a drive to right field. That's down over the head of Caleb Hawkins. And Vineyard will head to second base. Throw comes in, not in time. Another double for Braden Vineyard. So a 3-2 pitch hit in fair territory. So a leadoff double. For the Reds, and not the Cincinnati Reds. Fourth hit of the ball game for Coach Kale's squad. Brings up Keegan Evick, who has one of those 4, and he looks at a first pitch fastball in there for a called strike. A double look back to second, breaking pitch down low. Braden Vineyard's 6th double of the fall. Of his 10 hits. Fastball down, throw down to second base. Hits Vineyard on his way back in. Sorry, I didn't have the tight shot there. Looking for an intern that will run the scoreboard and switch the cameras for me. We'll try to find one by the spring anyway, folks. Even if I have to bring my wife to game day. She's a good intern. Pitch outside. Athey looking for the call. Landon Luderman could not glove it, so typically you don't get a call if the catcher doesn't catch it. Landon hadn't been behind the plate a lot this fall in game action. Playing at third base. 3 balls and 1 strike to Keegan Evick. Swing and a miss. Fastball got in on his hands. We have another full count Ministries, full count. It's the first extra base hit for the Red squad today. Other hits have been singles, 2 by Huddleston, 1 by Keegan Evick. Lined one between first and second in the second inning. There's a 3-2 pitch, high and away for ball 4. Athey didn't want to give him anything fat with first base open, but want to get a little bit closer to the plate there. Give him something to think about. That brings to the plate Noah Ward, who struck out in the second inning. Noah, the son of Melissa Ward in Knoxville. Overhand breaking pitch misses high. And time called as Coach Rypel will come out. Try to settle Colin Athey down a little bit. Colin, the last time when he pitched at Columbia State, had the same situation where the umpire was actually behind him. And as I've commented before, if you've been with us, that's not an easy place to call balls and strikes. I mean, it's better than probably up here in the press box, but it's definitely not as easy to do it as it is from behind the plate, and it's not easy doing it there either. So I know Colin was squeezed a little bit, I believe, on that Tuesday game at Columbia State. Probably should have fared a little bit better. He had, how many walks did he have? He ended up having 2 walks and actually did hit a batter. You can't argue a hit batter, but not too often, but gave up 3 runs, gave up 1 hit, and the inning ended just him getting 2 outs. But he actually, I thought, pitched better than the results showed. So hoping that he can get it straightened out right here. A bunt. Back to the pitcher. Noah Ward will be out easily as he started to pull the bat back, but it's a sacrifice bunt that will get the job done. Move the runners up to second and third. He never got out of the batter's box, though. Thought that ball was going to hit him. So runners now at second and third. We got a pinch hitter here. This is not Ethan here. This is Reed Mashinsky, I believe. There we go. Reed Mashinsky stepping to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. One 0 pitch down low, smothered by Luderman behind the plate. Get you a tight shot. Got a text here. Shannon Zettel, the mother of Ethan Huddleston, sent me a text. The pitch down low is Athey has gone 3 balls, no strikes to Reed Mashinsky, true freshman from Bradenton, Florida. 6'3", 165-pound outfielder, business administration major, the son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky. Hello to the 3-0 pitch right down the can. Hello to Grampy and Grammy in Sarasota, Florida. I hope you're watching and listening to one of the final games. Game 2 of 5 that will be played. 2 5-inning games today and maybe 2 5s, maybe a 7 and a 5 tomorrow. Not sure. Wait for Coach McGuire to give me the intel there. 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off to the right side. It's a souvenir for a lucky fan or a road trip for a pitcher in the dugout. Bring us to a Full Count Ministries full count. Mashinsky pinch hitting for Ethan here. 3-2 pitch, swung on and driven out to right field. This should get in another run. Jace Mizell out in right field makes the catch. And we'll throw into the infield to Caleb Hawkins, but not in time as Braden Vineyard comes across the plate with the go-ahead run. So playing a little small ball. Team Kale takes a lead. Reed Mashinsky with a productive out. 2 outs now and a runner at second base. Keegan Evick still in scoring position. Devin Thrain at the plate. Breaking pitch. Tanner Bumblow just shakes his head. Says nope. Thrain walked and scored in the third. There's a pitch right down the can. So 1 run across on 1 hit. The leadoff double by Braden Vineyard comes to roost for the go-ahead run here in the top of the 4th inning. Evick causing Athey to twirl around to second base. No throw made. There's another pitch in there at the knees. Nice pitch by Athey, called strike. On deck, Big J Charla. Nice swing on a very, very difficult pitch right there as Thrain just able to get a piece of that baseball. Folks already tired of going getting foul balls. Qualsey, is that why you volunteered to come up here? And you were told that? Okay, 1-2 pitch, swung on and popped up. Might be playable for Caleb Hawkins. He's coming over, and he makes the catch just outside of your viewing area. He had to slide on his tail to make the catch. He was glad that play happened in the grass and not on the crushed rock in front of the dugout. So a pop-up that he had to come hard for, and not used to playing that first base position. Made a the glove facing the sky and sliding catch on his tail for out number 3. But the team red Kale does scratch for 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base after 3.5. 3-2. Coach Kale's squad leads. You're listening to the full count. The full count. That's in the summer. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Will Trapp back out on the mound. I don't think he had an ER visit, so I think he's probably okay. Whatever it was that was concerning to the coaches regarding his finger. Here he is trying to hold on to a 1-run lead as Zach Zimmerly comes to the plate. Sees a first pitch breaking pitch over for called strike. Uh-oh, what happened to our other camera angle? Strike 2 called now. There we go. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes Zimmerly on 3 straight breaking pitches. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Second strikeout of the ball game by Will Trapp, who has collected a boatload of them this fall. Landon Luderman fouls the first pitch he sees off straight to the backstop. Luderman walked and was retired on a fielder's choice. Third baseman and a catcher, and he takes another pitch. It's just a little bit up. So far this fall, Will Trapp in his 8 innings prior to today has struck out 15 batters, and he just has strike 2 looking by Landon Luderman on that big breaking pitch. Has not allowed an earned run and strikes out Luderman looking. Yes, Will Trapp walked off the mound before Tanner Bumbalo even called that pitch. Third strikeout in a row for Will Trapp, as he has got it rolling downhill now. He will face Thedrick Harris with Cam Hodges on deck. Trapp in 8 innings prior to today, giving up only 1 hit. There's a breaking pitch right across the plate. He is in the zone. What did I do? I struck out the whole side. Let's see if I can get back. Swinging a line drive down to, where'd they go? Out to Mashinsky and right? Yes. Fly out to right field. The scoreboard got messed up there, but we got 3 outs and no runs. So 2 strikeouts and a fly out to Reed Mashinsky, who's in for Ethan here out in right field after hitting for him in the previous inning. Will Trapp retires the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We're going to the top of the 5th inning, scheduled for 5. Colin Athey back out on the mound for Team Blue. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Gallatin. We go to the top of the 5th inning, scheduled for 5. So basically we're in the 7th or the 9th if you're thinking about watching the World Series, the true World Series tonight between the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. Surprise Phillies against the vaunted Astros. Big Jay Sharla will lead off the top of the 5th inning for Coach Kale's squad, who leads 3-2. Breaking pitch down low to Sharla. He grounded out to the first baseman with a productive out as he moved Devin Thrain from second base over to third. Thrain ultimately came in to score on a sacrifice fly for the first run of the contest for Coach Kale's squad. Sharla swings and fouls that pitch straight back. Apparently Luderman got a piece of that. I don't know if it hit his glove or Sharla hit him on a backswing. Coach McGuire will come out and talk to Landon Luderman. I didn't see anything that happened there, but I wouldn't think the backswing of Sharla would have gotten him on the left elbow or the left arm, so maybe that tipped right off of Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss on a fastball right about belly button high. Don't put one in Jay Sharla's wheelhouse, though. He'll ride it out of here. Fastball outside. Might be careful when we have umpires behind the plate on a pitch like that, but we are going to a full count Ministries, full count. Jay Sharla on base with a leadoff walk. Colin Athey's second walk of the ball game. Brings to the top of the order up Matt Hall. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Jay Charlo's 5th walk of the fall. Swinging a foul ball. Popped up. Looks like Caleb Hawkins get another shot, and he will make the catch standing up this time. Just out of your view to retire Hall for out number 1. Hawkins getting plenty of work down there at first base. Not as much as if he was behind the plate, of course, but it brings Ethan, nope, not Ethan Huddleston to the plate. That brings, is this Drew Plummer? All right, Drew Plummer will pinch hit for Ethan Huddleston. First pitch called strike, throw down to first base, not in time. Drew Plummer from Summit High School. True freshman. Throw over to first base, and they picked off Jay Charla. Trying to do too much here, folks, and had the wrong camera angle there. Again, I apologize, but a pickoff. Not sure if he was going on that play or not. I was looking down at my score sheet. Qualsey, was he going on the play, or what happened? You, oh, okay, post in your way. So now 2 outs. Plummer looks at ball 2. Sorry, ball 1. Count evens a 1 ball, 1 strike. So nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. He may have been going on, not trying to get into scoring position. Swinging a foul tip straight back. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drew Plummer, a 5'11", 165-pound utility man, second base, can get behind the plate for you as well. General studies major, the son of Bobby Plummer in Spring Hill and Stacy Plummer in Thompson Station, and the grandson of Poppy and Nana in Franklin, Tennessee. Swinging a ground ball to third. Brody Melton over to Caleb Hawkins, who stretches toward home plate. And again, I keep sending you to the wrong camera, folks. Still working on it. But the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down after a leadoff walk. Going to the bottom of the 5th, last inning, Will Trapp out there to try to seal the deal for Coach Kale's squad to go up 2-0 in the World Series. 3-2 lead for the Red Squad. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Last shot for Team Rypel. They will send to the plate Cam Hodges, Tyler Holsworth, and Jake Burris. See if they can push at least 1 run across to tie this game, or 2 to win. Cam Hodges grounded into a fielder's choice. Looks at a fastball by Will Trapp. High and tight. Breaking pitch that Hodges able to hold up on. Trap looking over to Tanner Bumbelow. Don't think he called that a strike, did he? I can't see his fingers when he puts up the count out there. Need my binoculars trained on him. There's a pitch called strike. Like maybe a changeup there. Fouled off. Out of play. And it goes 2 balls, 2 strikes to the young outfielder from Sevierville, Tennessee. Sevier County High School along with Corbin Overbay. Change up down low brings it to a full count. Ministries full count. 5 hits for Coach Rypel's Blue Squad today, but only 2 runs, both on solo shots, solo home runs by Jake Burris and Zach Zimmerly. Breaking pitch low and inside. Puts a tying run on at first base. First walk for Will Trapp, who came on in the top of the 3rd inning. So this is the 3rd inning for Will. Giving up 2 hits, but no runs. Timeout called as Coach Kale will come out to talk to his infield. Got started at just a little before 1 o'clock Central. It's coming up on 2:30. So about an hour and a half of game time so far. Sure, we won't do 30 minutes in between games, would be my guess. I would think we'd roll it over pretty quickly. Hopefully it's going to give me enough time to get my situation set up. There's a little bit that has to happen. I've got to write the lineups in my scorebook. I've got to stop and then start the stream again and do a little administrative things to have it show up correctly on both Twitter and YouTube. So, got about 28 of you watching on YouTube. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. See if we can check Twitter and see how many folks are here. 4 of you. All right, Tyler Holsworth will lay down a bunt. Vrabel throws to first to get the out, so a sacrifice bunt is successful by Tyler Holsworth. Moves Cam Hodges to second base. It brings Jake Burris to the plate with a 1 out. Burris homered and grounded out in his 2 plate appearances. On deck, Brody Melton. The tying run at second base. Big overhand breaking pitch called strike 1. Burris so far this fall has driven in 11 runs with that solo shot. About 3rd on the squad. Brody Melton leads with 17 for the fall. Swing and a miss on a changeup by Will Trapp. Again, Trapp has had a fantastic fall. Yet to give up an earned run. Has struck out 3 batters in his 2 1/3 innings so far. The 0-2 pitch to Jake Burris. Low and inside as Burris tiptoes away from that offering from the slender left-hander. Criminal justice major. Looking forward to having more conversations with Will Trapp about his plans for law enforcement in the future. 1-2, breaking pitch misses inside. If Tanner Bumbelow calls a pitch like that for strike 3, we might have a fight. What do you think? I mean, Jake Burris is a fiery young man. You know, I mean, he's not going to fight his teammate. I'm not. He wouldn't fight somebody else, but he would not be happy. But 2 balls, 2 strikes, swinging it. Tapper. Carter Vrabel cannot get the handle on it, and Hodges is going to come to the plate, and a bad throw by Will Trapp gets by. The score is now tied. Hodges, maybe even you might call it a reckless play, as he was trying to catch them off guard, and he absolutely did. Oh, is that Overbay? Did he pinch run for him? Oh, okay. I didn't see the swap. Okay, so high school teammate for high school teammate. Okay, Corbin Overbay that came across with the tying run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Vrabel was not able to get a handle on that softly hit ball. So Burris reaches on an E5, moves to second on an E1. So no errors committed in the game until that last play. And we will have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Noah Ward will come on to pitch. We'll take a break. Come right back. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Noah Ward on in relief of Will Trapp. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the last inning of the ball game, scheduled for 5. Noah Ward, right-hander, freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, attended Knoxville Catholic. 6'2", 200-pound right-hander on in relief of Will Trapp, who completed 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits. So far, 1 run. The runner at second base is his responsibility. He's walked 1 batter, and that batter's the one who came in to score. Struck out 3, has not hit a batter. Did not give up a home run, but Noah Ward has been tasked with trying to keep that winning run out at second base from coming across the plate. Brody Melton, absolutely, just you have to walk Brody Melton right here. He's in set up a double play situation. I don't know why, unless Coach McGuire. Absolutely, I don't care if it's Babe Ruth who comes up to the plate. Jace Mizell, it doesn't matter who's coming to the plate. Brody Melton looks at breaking pitch low and away. I'm looking for a one-pitch ground ball double play to get me out of the inning. And Brody Melton is knocking the cover off the ball. Now, not to say that Jace isn't, but Jace Mizell on deck, a worthy opponent. But as the ball's cracked to third, Ripel will looking back and throw over to first base and retire Brody Melton, a hard-hit ball. Second time that Vrabel has gotten Melton, but that's out number 2. And Jace Mizell will get a chance to drive in, maybe, if they don't walk him. But again, you're messing with Caleb Hawkins, who's on deck as well. Coach Kale decides to pitch to Jace Mizell, who's 0 for 2. Swinging a pop-up. Back comes Vineyard, and that will get out of play and come close to. We don't have very many spectators in the stands today, but there are some that are sitting up onto the right of the press box. Did not harm any fans there. Count 0-1 to Jace Mizell. Swinging a ground ball. They could get out of it. The red team throw over as Matt Hall has moved over to shortstop. Drew Plummer is at second, so Matt Hall throws Mizell out at first base, and we will go to extra innings as the Rowdy Rypel scored an unearned run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No hits, 2 very costly errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're heading to the 6th, all tied up. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Extra innings. Doesn't seem like it when you're in the 6th inning, but as I said, game scheduled for 5 innings. And we are headed to the 6th, 3-3. We will play international rules as Drew Plummer will go out to second base as the last out of the prior inning. He will start out there as a ghost runner, just like the Major League Baseball has gone to now, as when they get into the 10th inning. So top of the 6th, Landon Godsey, Carter Vrabel, and Braden Vineyard scheduled for Coach Kale's squad, who was within a couple outs of winning Game 2 here in the Fall World Series. We do have a new pitcher out there. I thought that was 32. It's 52, Brett Dowling. That ball is hit down. 1 hops out of the bullpen and into the trees. Brett Dowling on for Colin Athey, who went 2 innings. Fastball outside corner called strike. Landon Godsey at a sacrifice fly in the third inning drove in at the time, the tying run. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. 0-2 pitch, high fastballs. Landon Luderman wasn't sure if he had that one. Either that or he was trying to deke Drew Plummer out there at second base. Not sure how you actually show that in a scorebook because that breaking pitch gets away, and I didn't have the runner on second base. Now I'll have him move on to third base on the wild pitch. I had mistakenly said that Cam Hodges was the runner on base the previous inning who scored the tying run, but it was Corbin Overbay who came on to pinch run for him. There's a swing, and that's a base hit down the third base line. That'll bring in the go-ahead run. Landon Godsey delivers for Coach Kale's squad, an RBI single down that third base line. His first hit of the game, second RBI, and fifth hit. Team Kale takes a lead 4-3. Still nobody out. Carter Vrabel to the plate. Pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Landon Luderman. So it is an unearned run. It's not charged to Brett Dowling. Not his fault that the rules say put a runner at second base. So Godsey short lead at first. Vrabel starts to go. Pitch called inside, says he did not break the plane. Vrabel 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. There's a pitch called strike. I think he's showing up 2 balls and 1 strikeout there on his fingers. Ball is grounded down to third base. Melton picks it up and throws down to second base. I thought he definitely had it long enough. That's Corbin Overbay at second base. They're going to call him out. And they do. Coach McGuire overrules. So a fielder's choice by Carter Vrabel. Godsey out on the force play, 1 out. Runner at first, 1 out. Braden Vineyard, 1 for 1, been on base both times, walked and doubled in the fourth and scored. He scored what was then the go-ahead run, put him up 3-2. Pitch misses low and away. Hard hit ball down to third base by Vrabel. It was backhanded by Brody Melton. A nice play to receive that into the glove, and then the throw to Corbin Overbay was perfect. But Corbin in the transfer, ball fell out of his glove. Foul ball off to the right side. On deck, Keegan Evick. So Overbay has come into the lineup in the 9-hole position for Cam Hodges, who was a left fielder. Have to get you a lineup. There's a ground ball to the hole. Holsworth throws to second and gets the lead runner. Nice play by Tyler Holsworth. Get another force out there at second base. And leave a runner at first. That was a bit harder of a play. 2 outs have been recorded there at second base. Brings Keegan Evick to the plate. He's also 1 for 1 with a walk. Fastball is high by Dowling. Brett Dowling, 6'1", 190-pound right-hander, a freshman from Green Hill High School, Mount Juliet. Swing and a runner's going. Throw is not in time. That is Braden Vineyard down there getting another steal. I think they put in another runner. Fastball outside. Dowling, a computer science major here at Vol State, the son of Chad and Shelley Dowling. Their brother to Ashley and Aaron, his twin sisters. Three balls and one strike now to Keegan Evick. Brett Dowling, the grandson of Granddaddy in Bowling Green, Grandma in Portland, Poppy in Madison, Alabama, and Nana in Central City, Kentucky. Swing and a miss by Evick, and the count goes full. With 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, Coach Kale's squad already ahead by 1, looking to drive in an insurance run here in the top of the 6th inning. Swinging a foul ball. 2 for 3 on full count first pitch foul balls today. Still a little bit over 50% for the year. It was the 51st full count first pitch foul ball of the year out of 97 unofficially. Another foul ball. Count remains full. Keegan Evick hasn't had a lot of at-bats this fall, but he is hanging in there tough against one of the hard throwers coming out of the Pioneer bullpen. And there's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Tanner Bumbleau rings up Keegan Evick. Tough pitch right there, but it's one I believe is going to be called in the regular season. First strikeout for Dowling. He gives up an unearned run on 1 hit. There were no errors. And I guess we do count 1 runner left on base. So we're heading to the bottom of the first extra inning. Coach Kale's squad in the same spot they were in the bottom of the 5th, leading by 1. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Noah Ward back on the mound for Coach Kale's red squad, now looking for a win. As he came on in relief of Will Trapp in the bottom of the 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. We're scheduled for 5 innings here in Game 1 of 2 today. This is Game 2 of the World Series. Game 3 will be played right after this ball game. Coach Kale's team looking to go up 2-0 here in the Pioneer Fall World Series. Noah Ward will face Caleb Hawkins, Hunter Searcy, and a pinch hitters. Zach Zimmerly has been lifted. I didn't see who was actually out there in the outfield. Looks like we have, I'll go through the outfield as a runner is on second base. Strike called to Hawkins. That's Jace Mizell out there. That's second base. Who's the ghost runner? Caleb Hawkins, 2 for 2, double and a single. Strike 2 called. Why have I? We're in the bottom of the 6th. See if I can get his scoreboard right. 0-2 count to Caleb Hawkins, trying to tie this game up or win it. There's a shot out to right field. That's in the gap, and it will get down past the diving Devin Thrain, and that will tie the score on an 0-2 pitch. Nice attempt there by Devin Thrain. Still on the ground out there in right field. Reed Mashinsky, the right fielder, was able to get that ball and get it into the infield, but a double and an RBI as Caleb Hawkins now with 3 hits. Drives in Jace Mizell. Now Hunter Searcy will try to win the game for Coach Rypel's squad. Sorry I didn't have the runner out there, the ghost runner at second base, but that is him who came in to score. And Noah Ward just did something you shouldn't do as a pitcher, is when your shortstop puts the glove out there and goes to second base. You don't need to throw when he's that far out of position. You need to step off or throw to second. But he was lucky that Searcy did not hit the ball in the hole that was vacated by Matt Hall. But Noah Ward's got a lot on his mind right now, trying not to give up the game-winning hit here. Yeah, the guy picked off now. Throw to third base from Matt Hall gets Caleb Hawkins picked off. Again, I apologize for not moving the camera to the right spot. So the 1 to 6 to 5 is the first out. So nobody on. 1 out. Fastball high and tight. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. That's a big base running error right there to get picked off as the winning run at second base. Want to give your next 3 batters a chance to drive you in. Swing and a miss as Noah Ward is bringing it now. 2 balls and a strike. Hunter Searcy 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Swinging a foul tip into the mid. He thought that was strike 3, but only 2. Well, Zach Zimmerly, he must have switched to an extra hitter. That must be what Zach is, as he is on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Searcy. Fastball high and tight. Brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. Hunter Cersei does not want to go down swinging or looking here. He fouls that full count pitch off. Cersei had to sit out for a little while after he took a pitched ball to the helmet. Was having a pretty good fall before he took that week off as he takes ball 4. We'll put the winning run on at first base and bring up Zach Zimmerly. Now an extra hitter. Corbin Overbay has gone into second base. Who do we got out there in left field? Should still have Keegan Evick, Devin Thrain, and Reed Mashinsky left to right. Zimmerly's hit a solo shot and struck out. Wheels away from that fastball. Noah Ward came on in the bottom of the 5th after a tying run had scored with a runner at second base and induced 2 ground balls to get out of the inning. The first batter he faced in the bottom of the 6th, the double. There's a pitch in there for a strike. I'm not sure if Braden Vineyard was crossed up on something. It looked like he received that one in a kind of an awkward position. Looks like he wasn't expecting that pitch. Talking to Noah Ward. Now Zach Zimmerly has a chance to win the ball game for the blue team. Runner starts to go. Holds up, pitch to low and outside. Four to 4. We're the bottom of the first extra inning, the 6th inning. We were scheduled for 5. If you're just joining us. 2 balls and a strike. Right around Zimmerly's chin for ball 3. Zach Zimmerly has recently been to the barber shop or his hairstylist. Lost a few pounds with a haircut. Looks good. Young man was a shortstop in high school. I saw him playing in high school. I think his entire career there, but is now moved all around. Has played some center field, left field, shortstop, and second base here this fall. There's a pitch that's indicated it was down low. I might not have agreed with that one. Puts runners now at first and second. So after a double, a much-needed pickoff of Caleb Hawkins at second base. Otherwise, the bases would be loaded here. And Landon Luderman stepping to the plate. He's walked and struck out. So the winning run is at second base. Blue team must think that this game's going to get ended right here with Landon Luderman as there's nobody on deck. 1 out, 2 on. Swing and a miss. Nice tailing fastball by Noah Ward as Ryan Wells has stepped out onto the on-deck circle. For the blue team, Coach Rypel looking to even the World Series up. Fastball high and away, a fake throw by Vineyard down to first base. Good decision not to throw that ball down there. Landon Gotze didn't even come around to first base to cover. Cersei on at second, Zach Zimmerly at first. Fastball misses away. Beautiful day here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Middle Tennessee, just outside of Nashville by about 20 miles. Showing 73 degrees current temperature. Fastball down in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Vineyard to keep both runners at their spots. Luderman now looking for a pitch to hit on a 3-1 count. Noah Ward has gotten into a tough situation here with 2 walks. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Devin Thrain doesn't move much, but makes the catch, and no tag as the throw comes in. Cut off by Matt Hall at shortstop. So Luderman flies out for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be up to Ryan Wells, who's coming in to pinch hit for Thedrick Harris. So Noah Ward once again with the winning run standing out at second base, trying to wiggle off the hook. Ryan Wells, the chance to be the hero. Cersei leads off at second. Bow gets hit with another pitch, which has been a common theme for Ryan Wells this fall. It hit twice. When was that? Was that yeah, it was the other day, and actually the first half of game 1. It's hit twice. Now 4 times for the fall. And that pitch goes behind him and off of Vineyard's glove, and will move the runners up to second and third. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch went behind Ryan Wells. Has to be a wild pitch. Did not hit the dirt, but when it goes behind the batter, that's pretty much the definition of a wild pitch. 2 outs. Be a spot right here that you could go ahead and walk Wells, set up the force play, but Coach Kale electing not to do that. 2-0 pitch, line out the left field. That may be gone. He has just hit a walk-off 3-run home run. Ryan Wells put one out in the parking lot as Noah Ward gave Ryan Wells a 2-0 pitch that he could get a hold of. Ryan Wells is the hero for Team Rypel. A 3-run bomb to win in extra innings. That's a big fly. As Coach Rypel's squad has won 7-4 here in a final after 6, scheduled for 5, and a walk-off 3-run home run has evened this World Series up 7-4. That was 4 runs come across on 2 hits, 2 costly walks, but no errors and nobody left on base. So a 4-run bottom of the 6th. As Noah Ward will take the loss. Brett Dowling will get the win here in Game 2 of the World Series. So we'll take a short break and be back with Game 2 that's scheduled for 5 innings. Probably it's 3:05 Central Time now, and I would guess by 3:30. But I'll go on a little bit before And hopefully, if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel, it'll let you know that we're going to be coming on. So anyway, thank you for joining us for Game 1. Come back around for Game 2 as Team Rypel has tied the World Series up 1 game apiece with Coach Kale. A walk-off 3-run home run by Ryan Wells. So we'll be right back in about 20, 25 minutes. You've been listening to the Ball State Sports Network.